All right, so in the video that you watched today, you should have learned a little bit about logarithms or natural logs. So for your homework, you have to do the evens. Yep, the evens. And so I will go ahead and I'll do a few odds to show you kind of what you're supposed to be doing. So just a side note, ln, this is the exact same thing as saying log base e. There's nothing different. It's just a short way to do it. So that's just a side note. All right, so 13. The properties for natural logs work the same way as they do for other logarithms. So you have ln and ln. That means that these set of parentheses have to be equal. So 7 minus p equals negative 5p minus 1. And then you just solve like you normally would. Add 5p to both sides, you get 4p. Subtract 7 from both sides, you get negative 8, and p is going to equal negative 2. Okay, so that's how you can do those ones. I'm going to this side. Okay, so like I said, the properties for natural logs work the same way for regular logarithms. So when you see a minus and you have two ln's on both sides, we can condense it down to one natural log, and since you're subtracting, it's really going to be division. So this is the same as saying the natural log. By the way, I have no idea why it's ln and you call it a natural log. In my opinion, it should be like NL, but it's not. So you're going to take x plus 8 divided by 7 equals 3. Okay, so we are solving for x. So remember, natural log just means log base e. So I'm just going to rewrite that with log base e. And then x plus 8 over 7 equals 3. If we rewrite this in exponential form, it'll be e to the power of 3 equals x plus 8 over 7. Multiply 7 by both sides, so you get 7 e to the third equals x plus 8, and then subtract 8 from both sides. So x equals 7 times e to the third minus 8, and then you type this into your calculator. Okay, 19 is the same way. 21. Okay, so 21 has a squared in it, so I'm assuming it's something weird. So, again, it's subtraction. So now if this was addition, then it would just be multiplication. But besides the point. So we have the natural log. It'll be this divided by this. So 2x squared minus 2 divided by 9. Oh, this one's even easier than I thought. Equals the natural log of 80. So you have natural log. Inside your parentheses are the same, so you can set them equal to each other. And then once you do that, you're going to multiply both sides by 9. So I'm going to do that. So you're going to have 2x squared minus 2. I'm not putting over 9 because I multiplied it by 9. And then 9 times 1, or just 80. So 720. And then I didn't miss anything, did I? No, there's no normal x's. Okay, so since you have a quadratic, you normally set it equal to 0. But since there aren't any x's here, there's no, I mean, you have x squared and you have negative 2, but there's no single x's in here. So I'm actually going to add 2 to both sides. So you're going to get 2x squared equals 722. Divide both sides by 2, and you're going to get x squared. I do not feel like doing that in my head. 722 divided by 2 is 361. And then you can just square root both sides. So x equals the square root of 361, which is, perfect square, which is 19. So if you would have got everything over to this side, you could have factored too, and you would end up with the same answer. Oh, plus or minus 19. Okay, so that was 21. These ones, solve each equation, round your answer to the nearest thousandth. Okay, so this time you are given E, and so we are going to use natural logs to solve. All right, so 23, I'm going to, so it's the same as regular logarithms and regular exponents. We have to get this base and this exponent by itself on one side. So I'm going to divide both sides by -8. So you're going to get e to the negative p equals 49 over 8. And then we are going to write this in logarithm form. So log base e of 49 over 8 equals negative p. So now instead of using log base e, we can just write ln. So ln of 49 over 8. And then if you're using a TI 83 or 84, the ln is right here. And on the inspires, it's right above this e. So when you type it into your calculator, you just do ln of 49 over 8, which is 1.8. And that's well, that's not your answer. You have 1.8 equals negative p. So p is actually going to equal negative 1.8. And that is how you do this bottom part. All right, that's all I've got.